Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be here on this Thursday afternoon with my neighbor, Ginger Diaz from Feliz Modern. It's Ginger's. I've seen her car when I come to the office almost daily, working hard during this pandemic. Ginger, you've got Feliz Modern. How long have you been in business?
We've had Feliz Modern for 3 years and Feliz Modern Pop for about 8 months.
Okay, and Feliz Modern Pop is in the Pearl?
At the Pearl, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess there are sort of gift-oriented stores? I guess, how would you describe your merchandise?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe when you can't use visuals, but local art and gifts and cards and home decor, party supplies, just fun, colorful things that celebrate life.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely a good description. Anything that you would need for a party or a gift. I cannot tell you how many birthday cards, party supplies, and the like I've wandered across the street to procure.
Yeah.
So
you and your girlfriend
really
are good customers.
Yes, thank you. She's
such
obsessed with
Go ahead.
The monkey lamps that you guys
have.
Oh
yeah.
I
love those.
So what's the deal with those? They're super cool. How did you pick that?
Well, before we opened the shop, I went around my house and just looked at like the bottom of things that I liked, went around and looked to see like who made it. And so I could have things in the shop that were similar to what I would have at home. And I actually had the umbrella stand that company makes, the same designer. And so I contacted them, and they normally only sell to huge chain stores and like Neiman Marcus and Bergdorf Goodman. And so I thought, well, they're never going to let a little store like me carry their line. And they didn't have anybody in San Antonio. So they added us, and I was very thankful for that.
No, it's very cool. One of my clients actually mentioned it. She's a super fan as well. She's like, did you know they're one of the only stores in town or in the state that has these? And I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah. Never hurts to ask, right? That's a good lesson.
Yeah.
Just like, don't count yourself out. Let them tell you no if they're going to say no.
For sure. So your stores are, if you haven't been, people, you need to go. They are meticulously curated by Ginger, and they're colorful, and you'll want to touch and look at everything. Which I guess is a little bit hard these days.
Yeah, we had to kind of change how we do things, but we were open 7 days a week in 2 locations as of March 15th, and then March 16th, or actually as March 14th, and then March 15th we closed both of our brick and mortar shops and went 100% online to felizmodern.com, which luckily we had been working on for a year prior. So it was already populated and ready to go. But we went from about 10% online sales to 100% online sales for 2 months. And then just today we decided we have enough cleaning equipment and supplies to open the store at almost safely by only letting in 2 parties at a time, and having masks and cleaning our door handles and everything that gets touched, that kind of thing. So we started it today, and it's been great. And we're going to continue doing curbside and online as well.
No, that's awesome. I think that it's, everybody now, you can go and get an appointment with Ginger. How do they make an appointment to get into the store?
If they just go to felizmodern.com, there's the first thing they'll see on that page is a link for Shop Safe, and they can click on that and make an appointment. And if they just stop by and we don't have an appointment, we can do walk-ins as long as they wear a mask as well. And another thing we're doing to keep our employees safe is not taking cash during this time. We're just doing contactless credit card payments. So that's really been safer. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that it's having shops like yours is super important at times like this, because everybody, at least that I talk to, can sometimes get a little bit down in the dumps, and having something fun and bright and cheerful from your shop definitely makes it different.
Thank you for that. I mean, that was kind of shocking to us in the beginning when we closed down the shop, we actually closed down the website for 5 days as well, thinking like, who's going to be shopping right now because everyone's just in panic and holed up at home. And we got so many requests from people saying, but I want to send a care package, or I want to send a card to a friend, or and a lot of what we're seeing in our online store now is actually shipping to an address other than their billing address. So it's a lot of gifting going on because people are just trying to cheer up their loved ones.
Well, and stay connected, right? And right before I got on the live with Ginger, I was just telling her I love doing these because I get to connect and see people and talk to people. Where right now we don't really have that opportunity. So I think that gift giving is and creating connection with people is so important right now.
Yeah, this is such a Corona thing to do that you're right across the street from us and we're talking on the computer.
I know you can throw a stone from my window and hit the Almas Park Feliz Modern, but it's sort of how things are right now, and I think that it's just all about the adaptation. It's a really amazing story just to hear and see how you've been able to transform to go from 90% in person brick and mortar sales to 100% online.
Yeah.
It was sort of fortuitous that you had been putting that infrastructure in place.
Yeah. And we had really been working on reaching a wider audience and, but also not taking away from our in-person experience. And then how do you translate this in-person experience of walking in and having that customer service and the color and everything curated to then going to online where everything is more sterile, so you have to figure out how do you make that experience be more Feliz, like be more of us. And that took us a while. And then it also helped that BuzzFeed featured us right like a week after we closed down, like a week or 10 days. They featured us as a small business to shop online, and our website just took off from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really kept us afloat. We've been able to hire back 6 employees, plus my husband and I, so that's 8. So it's been wonderful.
No, that is wonderful. I think people are also spending a whole lot more time at home, right?
Yes.
And in their spaces, and they're looking at opportunities to brighten things up.
Home decor or puzzles or anything they can do at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and activities for kids. I know that we personally, ordered for Easter and Mother's Day and all of these things from you guys. I think we've got Memorial Day coming up soon, and then 4th of July. Are you guys doing any merchandise for that kind of stuff? The Americana?
Yeah, we started doing gift boxes, like curated little custom gift boxes. The design of the box is custom, but then we make themed boxes. So we've had birthday boxes, we have foodie boxes that are different selection of food each time, and we're going to do a 4th of July box as well, just to help you have some celebration supplies that come already pre-curated and styled.
Well, if you're the one picking the things that are going in the box, Ginger, I think that people can rest assured that they'll be satisfied with what they get. We love the Easter baskets we got, and
good. Those were
just great because
to me.
Yeah, it just adds a little bit of color and cheer, and just I think it helps so much.
Yes.
Now you have been also, in addition to your normal merchandise, adding a little bit of more appropriate attire and things like that.
Yes. Well, we have 3 masks in stock right now. Well, they're not all in stock, but they're coming soon. This one's in stock. This was our first mask. Because
I think I need that one.
Trying to explain how we feel about COVID. And then we added in these from Hidalgo, Mexico, and they're handmade by women artists there, and they're embroidered. And they are shipping them to us as fast as they can make them. And then as soon as we get a shipment, we sell out within half an hour. So we're getting another shipment on Monday, and then we'll keep getting more, but they're just beautiful. And then the third.
No, I would say that both of those are definitely an upgrade from the bland and sterile looking masks that you see most people wearing, or the bandana.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to wear a mask, might as well have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Sean and I are both for people who don't know, we're in Entrepreneurs Organization together. And one of our other members, Tim McDermott, owns The Good Kind. It's a restaurant in Southtown. And she started a nonprofit to help feed healthcare frontline workers during this time. It's called Be the Good Kind. So they have these masks that also support that. And 100% of the proceeds from these masks go to feeding frontline health workers. And also $4 from every one of these goes to the San Antonio Food Bank. So that's been fun to do.
That's amazing. I think that it's absolutely really important that we take care of each other right now. And Tim taking that initiative, it's there's, with our city being so hospitality and culinary based, it's been really tough on a large segment of the population here.
Especially for a restaurant to take on charity when they are the ones who really need a lot of charity at this time from being closed,
Absolutely. And, we've been advocating to continue, to the extent that you're comfortable with it, patronizing your favorite restaurant stores, doing your curbside pickups, your to-go orders, just because that allows those businesses to continue to operate during this sort of time we're all in limbo.
Right. Yeah, I'm curious and nervous to see how many survive.
I think that all we can really do is be optimistic and see what happens. I know that there's been a lot of talk about further federal legislation coming in to help businesses. It's just, I think everybody has been in such a rush to try and, find a answer, but we don't know how long the problem's going to last and where we're going to be. But I think it's about positioning yourself to try and last as long as you can. And, you've done a great job making that pivot and luckily having that infrastructure in place to go online.
God, it looks like that. It definitely felt a lot more chaotic in the back end, I'll be honest.
it always does.
Across great.
But nobody needs to know how the sausage is made, right? To me, it was one day you were closed, and then the next, a couple of weeks later, I noticed that you were doing the online pickups and the curbside pickups, and I was like, this is amazing. So it's about resiliency in business, right? Even when things are tough, continuing to try and figure out what you can do, and masks and curated gift boxes for the holidays that are coming up. And now as San Antonians, we have to deal with a rescheduled fiesta as well, because I know your store was completely decked out, ready to go for
ready
Fiesta.
to go. Well, Fiesta is like second Christmas for San Antonio stores because it's a huge party here, and so much goes into it, and it's a lot of gift giving and a lot of thinking of other people, and it's a lot of charity. So to lose that, it was really hard for the whole city. Yeah.
No, it definitely was.
Speaking of pivoting, they really pivoted really well and took it online, I felt like, and still had some fundraisers through their social media, which I thought was really good.
No, definitely. And I think that as things progress, I know that there are a lot of larger businesses in town have continued to say that we're not going back to work for a while, and San Antonians are sort of preparing, well, Fiesta may be a little bit different in November, but they have plenty of time to sort of plan and gear up and get colorful masks from Feliz Modern. But I think that San Antonio as a whole has stuck together really well. And
yes.
The business community has supported each other greatly.
Yes.
And it's nice to be in a group like EO with you, where we've got a group of entrepreneurs who are all going through different things. And
speaking of that, another EO, where Magali, who owns Sweb, she started that In This Together campaign. They sell T-shirts and masks, and she uses the proceeds from those sales to go buy a gift card from a local business and give that to a frontline worker. So it's helping two sides, helping the small businesses with the gift cards and then helping the people who are in the front lines as well.
That's awesome. I did not know about that Magali.
And I think she's already hit 100,000 and
Wow.
fundraising. Yeah. Yeah. Just amazing.
So amazing. Well, I guess, is there any other people that are entrepreneurs, whether they're service based or brick and mortar retailers like you? Do you have any advice or insight that you would give them?
Gosh, I just keep going. Just take one step at a time, and almost every day I tell myself I start freaking out about down the road and what will happen, and can I make it? Can I reopen my second store? Can I hire back more people? I mean, it's just every day you have all these questions, and the thing I keep telling myself is I'll figure it out when it comes. I will figure it out, and just take today's problems and deal with those, and then take a little chunk at a time, because it is extremely overwhelming, and you can easily spiral into not knowing what to do when you're in so much limbo right now. And limbo is the hardest place to be, because you're trying to make decisions with very little data, and no one has long-term data right now for how things are going to look in 2 months or 4 months. So just keep taking it a little bit at a time, and do the little bit that you can do each day, and just keep taking those steps.
I think that's fabulous advice, Ginger.
And if you need to cry, call somebody and cry.
Yeah, no, I've been telling my clients, call me. People, you need support, DM me. It's part of, we're a community, and we're all going through the same thing, and it may feel like you're alone, but you really aren't.
No, I mean, everybody I've talked to, it doesn't matter if they're a business owner or not, or any age, everyone's feeling the same thing. Everyone's feeling the same kind of limbo in their own life, whether it's just personal life-wise, or with their kids and homeschooling, or future business opportunities. I mean, everyone truly is in this together, because we're all in the same boat. And anytime you start to feel like you're isolated or alone, or you feel like you're the only one dealing with it, talk to somebody, because you're not.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, Ginger.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Ginger Diaz from Feliz Modern, at felizmodern.com, and her Feliz Modern location in Alma's Park is open. What's the address?
110 West Almas.
110 West Almas.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger Diaz, it's been my pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks, neighbor.
All right. See everybody later. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.